Well, I guess practice makes perfect. I've already filmed this now twice, and twice I messed up. So I'm gonna run you through a little ride. I'm gonna get you to the boat ramp where I'm gonna talk to you guys about my backyard air ride suspension. So stand by, like, subscribe, comment below, and I'll give you my impressions of this new air ride suspension. This is my 2005 Honda VTX 1800R. Today we're going to talk about my backyard air ride suspension. I have some old video that I'm going to post in here as well. It's cell phone video, and I got it before I started my YouTube channel. So the quality of it may not be the greatest in the world, but I want to walk you through some of the features, some of my thoughts, and let you know if it's totally worth it. Backyard air systems. I paid full price for it. I did not receive it at any discount or any deal for a review. This is entirely my own money, so I can say what I want about it. I put about 1,000 miles on this air ride suspension, and this road, as you're about to see, is pretty bumpy. I have the air ride pumped up decently. Not nearly to maximum capacity, I can tell you that much. But these bumps don't bottom out the back springs at all. This road used to bottom out my back springs by myself and two up. So now I can ride, set the air pressure, and as I'm riding, I can lower it if I want to. I just lowered it a little bit. Watch, bump, didn't bottom out. Nice and smooth. I felt the dip, but it was definitely way smoother than it used to be. I used to go down, hit, bang. And I know the GoPro doesn't do these bumps any justice. But to have the ability to change your dynamics of your air ride suspension is just phenomenal on the fly. So I ride two up quite often, and when my wife is on, I'm able to air it up, get it to a nice, comfortable position for her. First, I'm able to dump it when I park, and besides it looking awesome, it also has the functionality of allowing my wife to be able to swing her leg on a little easier by lowering it. So she enjoys that, she likes that, makes it a little easier to get on and off the bike. And then as we're riding, I'm able to adjust it to the road conditions. I can kind of increase it a little bit when we're two up. If she gets off at a stop and I'm riding around by myself, I can lower it back down. I used to have progressive springs on the rear of this bike, and I'm not quite sure what's on the front. But the ride quality versus those progressive springs is dramatic. Now, of course, you get to set it, so I can make it dramatically worse or dramatically better, but it's smooth. We have a bridge on this side of Florida, the west coast of Florida. It's called El Jabin Bridge, and it just rocks you. It's just a constant brrr vibration. With the air ride, I barely notice it. So if you're on the fence about purchasing an air ride, it's a green light. It's probably one of my most highly recommended accessories for any motorcycle. It's almost not even an accessory. It's almost a necessity in my opinion. This air ride kit that I purchased is from Backyard Air Ride Suspensions, and it's in Pompano Beach, Florida. So he's a local guy to me because I'm in Florida, different coast. I received in the mail the kit, which was pretty self-explanatory. I did have the wrong wiring harness, but one of those things about purchasing local was I was able to call a shop, spoke to Mike, who I believe is the owner or co-owner, and they fixed it within days. They overnighted me a new cable, sight unseen, and just requested that I mail back the old one, the incorrect one, which I obviously did. So that kind of customer service is what you get when you purchase locally and you purchase small. So in this COVID-19 era, I guess you would call it, and with the holidays coming up, I like to support as best I can small businesses. Backyard Air Ride Suspensions offers two different types. This type, which is the cheaper one, around $500, and there's a $700 one that is called the Instant Up. It has a tank in addition to what I have that allows it to fill this without running the compressor. And it looks like it does it 2 or 3 times up and down without having to use a compressor. And it just goes down and up, which is pretty neat. I didn't find that necessary because I don't really adjust my shocks that much. I dump it, get on it, ride, and may change it a little bit here and there. I do have one complaint, and that complaint is the switch that was included broke. Now that's entirely my fault. I put it in too small of a hole and then I tried to force it out and I snapped it. So I did replace, as you see in the video, I replaced it with a different switch. That's entirely my fault again, like I said. However, it's worth noting, I'm going to be installing a backyard air ride system on my 2005 VTX 1800. I've already removed the saddlebags, as you can see there, so I can get to the bolts for the shocks, and I'll update you here soon. Alrighty, the next thing to do is to remove the seat. There's a bolt back there, which I've removed. Seat comes off, gives you access to the rat's nest of wires. And let me dig into this box here and see what we're going to start installing first. Alrighty, I removed the old progressive shock from this area right here. It had a bolt like this, which is a size 12 at the top. I removed it. The new kit comes with bolts that fit, the long one on top. I put a little bit of grease there in the fitting so that way it slide on and have a little bit of flexibility. And then I just hand stretch this out just a little bit. And then I was able to put this one in as well. This is the short guy right here. So there's one air shock. I have the air hose inlet, which is a push style. I have it facing on the inside because that's eventually where my pump's gonna go, back that way. And I'll walk you through there when I get there. As you can see, I rode this bike dirty the other day in the rain. So while everything's apart, I'm gonna take time to clean all this stuff that normally doesn't get seen and probably wax all that stuff too, just because, why not? So that's that so far. I'll get the other side overdone and let you know where we're at. This side had a lot more space to get to the nuts and everything. Again, dirty, needs to be cleaned. But I was able to get that one in, greased her up a little bit, put her in, and again, nipple facing inside. So here we go now. Alrighty guys, so far the hardest part was finding space for the compressor to secure it. What there was here on my 2005 VTX was a toolbox right in there. I removed the screws and I took a hacksaw, a short hacksaw. Let's see if I can find it for you. I can't find it right now. One of those small handheld hacksaws, and I cut as delicately as I could right up against here, making sure I did not hit any of the wires. That now gives me plenty of space in there. And then what I'm gonna do is cut some rubber mat so I can secure it in place and have anti-vibration. So that's where I'm at, and I'll update you when I get it in. All right guys, so some headache after a while. I ended up getting it mounted. There's my release solenoid. Everything's routed. I'm gonna hide that, probably tape it up with some electrical tape, make it look black. Plus it'll be hidden behind the cover there. I had some slight issues. The cable they sent me is for their Instant Up kit. So you see that switch there? It's not a momentary switch. It's an on-off switch for the compressor. So that turns on the compressor, shuts it off, and then the air gets released from the tank via those two solenoid wires, or switch wires. So this is the wrong one. This is a female to female, so once that goes to the compressor, I need a female on this side here that'll connect to my dump solenoid. So I called up Mike at Backyard Air Suspensions. He's mailing me out one, hopefully next day. So that should be here soon. Customer service is great. Gives me some time to clean the bike, tidy up those wires, that wires nest up there, and get it installed. So I'll put a video up once I get it installed with a little bit of review. But that's been the process thus far. The hardest part again was finding space and hiding that compressor. So I did call Mike. He said that the top of the compressor gets slightly hot, but it won't melt any wires. Just as precaution, I covered the top of the compressor with some foam, some rubber mat, like yoga mat, to absorb vibration and to ensure I don't melt anything. So, well, thank you guys for coming on this review with me, this review ride. Thank you for listening to my thoughts about the backyard air ride suspension. And please like, subscribe, comment, let me know if there's anything else you want to see. I try to post mainly motorcycle videos, but there are some skateboarding, some other Florida life type activities. So diving, all my other hobbies. So please feel free to subscribe, comment, let me know where you would like to go, what you'd like to see in Florida. This is Florida B. Have a great day.